Hello, Phil here from Authentic Vocal and welcome to another video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you guys appreciate the fully authentic vocals that are featured in this video and that you enjoy the analysis as well. So this is going to be an interesting one tonight because I have received a lot of requests over probably the last year or so to take a look at Adele, and we have done analysis videos on Adele in the past, looking at her voice, doing vocal analysis and, you know, just appreciating her technique live and just her vocal ability. But with tonight's video, I was sent something from, I believe, an Instagram reel, if that's what they're called, the videos that are very short. And somebody was just asking me to take a look at it. And the particular request didn't have a specific question. I think it says something like, please take a look at Adele. So I don't know whether this was something that was questioning her live performances or not, but we will jump into the video so you can see what I saw. First of all, we're going to be having a listen to what I was sent and what I heard. The sound's going to be a little bit different because it is from Instagram, but I probably will jump into this as well just because it might get copyright claimed or blocked or something if we're listening to the official audio, but let's have a listen. So you can see actually on the video that they've made a point to put 2011 at the top and 2024 here. And so far, I think when you're listening to these two performances happening at the same time, they do sound very similar. Well, listen on. So, still perfectly in sync, and I'm talking from an instrumental perspective here. The band are absolutely where they were in 2011. We'll let it continue. And still perfectly in sync now into the chorus. And I mean, what I will say is that I know, and a lot of other people know, that Adele is just an amazing singer. So she definitely has the ability to sound the same when you're just listening to her voice from one performance to the next. But I mean, what we've got here is definitely a band that are playing to a click track. So it means it's going to be exactly the same tempo every time they perform this. Well, every time they perform this, but the performance from 2011 is exactly the same tempo. So they've been using the backing track for that long. Oh, and then that's the end of that particular reel. It only lasts a short amount of time. So, I mean, obviously the analysis is going to go deeper than this. I'm not going to judge it on just watching a reel on Instagram. So I have been gathering data, and we have the performance from the iTunes Festival in 2011 in the left channel and on the left-hand side of the screen, and we have the 2024 performance in Munich on the right hand side of the screen and in the right channel, and I've isolated the vocals so now we can hear them being played at the same time to see if we can hear any differences. Let's have a listen.
He is half your age, but I'm guessing that's the reason that you strayed.
And immediately, and this is the really important thing about doing analysis videos and looking at things in detail, you can already hear with isolated vocals these two performances are different. But when you've got the whole band playing and they're playing to a click track, and I would say, I think there are backing track elements in there as well that have been left on. It's not just kind of playing to a click. It's a click track and a backing track at the same time. So when you hear all of that going off, you don't hear the subtle difference in timing and pitch that Adele has in her voice. Let's listen on.
I heard You've been missing me. You've been telling.
I mean, of course, because we're looking at these lines on screen, because they are two separate performances, that part sounded really similar. But when we're looking at it, you can see here the F4, we were just ever so slightly sharp. Here, the F4, we didn't even get up to the line. Here, the F4, we were slightly flat and didn't have this wobble of vibrato. But again, these are things that you're not necessarily going to be able to pick up by just listening, especially with the whole band going. These are two totally separate vocals. Let's listen on.
People things you shouldn't be. At where we creep out.
Like there, even missing, she missed out an extra little piece of expression or a word there. And she said like in the right channel. So in 2024, she said like. In 2011, she didn't. But again, I don't think you'd notice that with the audio, or at least the video comparison that I was sent.
And she ain't around. Haven't you heard the rumors?
Now this is interesting. I don't know where that came from. Maybe 2011. Let's have a listen again. You heard Adele's voice twice. So that absolutely backs up my theory of the backing track having other elements on there. Was that meant to be there? Or maybe it just was meant to be there and they don't mind that people can obviously hear Adele's voice happening twice and then her interrupting her own voice. But actually, let's listen to 2024 and see if they kept it in. Yeah, it is there. A lot lower in the mix. You might be able to hear it on the right-hand side. It's quite in the background. Yeah, so her lead vocal now is, right up in the mix. And I'd say that extra ad-lib was maybe now at 25% volume. So they keep it on the backing track. But in 2011, maybe they learned from 2011, they thought, oh, hang on, her voice is as loud, if not louder, on the backing track than the lead vocal live. Absolutely live vocals here, by the way, and not auto-tuned or anything like that, not post-pitch corrected, totally live vocal here, unedited. But let's get back into it. And even in the left-hand channel there, the got... She kind of had that cat, kind of put that kind of sound on it. So it wasn't even really a note. Gat! Like that. On the right hand side, she didn't do that. So yeah, tiny difference there. And again, these are the same vocals we've just heard on that video that sounded like it was identical. These are the same vocals. But let's listen on.
Heart melt shit, I'm cold to the core. But the rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving the fall.
I mean, it's great because it sounds so similar, but you can clearly see the difference between left and right here.
Rumor has it.
And I love the way that Adele naturally drifts sharp. She goes, rumor has it. And she kind of has this little tail off. It's just a natural part of her voice, or part of her vocal technique when she's saying this, that she just drifts sharp of that F4. And, I mean, if you're looking at this strictly, I mean, you can see here, again, it's not going to overlap because these points here go a lot further down. But she then drifts up. She's also got these 2 points here, but doesn't have here. And the right-hand side is the 2024 performance. So... maybe an ever so slight change in the way that she sings it.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
But again, look at the way that she's just ever so slightly sharp. Here she actually went a lot further sharp. Here, sharp again. And here, actually between the F4 and the F sharp 4. And again, this little drift sharp. So it's great. And then the F4 was just constantly sharp. So just a unique thing about her voice that when you're hearing that live, nobody's saying, oh, that rumor has it is a bit sharp. It's just part of her natural expression. But anyway, that part of the vocal is where the reel ended. So that's what we were comparing, the two vocals from these separate performances from 2011 and 2024. So Again, this is what objective data will do. It will just show you exactly what happened, what is happening in two separate performances, and whether it's auto-tuned, whether it's been post-pitch corrected, and whether it's the same audio file or not. So we've got no repeat of any audio file here. We've got no auto-tune and we've got no pitch correction. So these are two entirely live vocals from Adele, but she is singing to a backing track and the band are playing to a click, and there are elements such as her voice that we heard that are on that backing track. So that's why it sounds so similar, because the timing is exactly the same, but her vocal is entirely different. So yeah, I mean, it's great that we can point out that side of it as well. I know that a lot of the more recent performances that we've looked at on the channel, a lot of them turn out to be either a lip-synced vocal, an auto-tuned vocal, or a post-pitch corrected vocal. I'd say the vast majority do turn out that way. So it's great to have a performance now that, again, is just an objective analysis of the vocal, but we can say that this is the opposite of all of the other analysis videos in that it's an entirely live, unedited vocal, which is such a rare thing to hear nowadays. And this is coming from 2024. So Adele's vocal in 2024, this year, in Munich, was absolutely live. But yeah, great to be able to point that out. And I mean, she has a fantastic voice anyway, and it doesn't surprise me that some people think it's the same vocal from 2011 because she is that vocally consistent. So there we have it. Thank you guys for watching this vocal analysis video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the next one.